Oh, I love hunting and fishing in the morning. It's getting up each day before the sun. Yeah, the bacon's in the pan, and I'm just feeling grand. Come along with me and have some fun. Well, the trout and salmon play, I could stay all day, and the deer and the moose run free. Yes, Canada's my home, but boy, I love to roam. So, everybody come along with me.
Welcome, sportsmen, to a Tales and Trails hunting adventure with Jim Flynn and Bob Welsh, and some of the most exciting hunting action ever captured on film. Jim Flynn, well known from coast to coast as an entertainer, puts down his guitar and picks up his favorite rifle, shotgun, or bow, and takes you for some colorful adventures at his hotspots on Canada's east coast. Bob Welsh, professional guide and outfitter from British Columbia, along with his sidekick Bear, joins Jim for the action, and then plays host as he takes us to one of Canada's last frontiers for some of the most fantastic big game hunting you've ever seen.
So, come along with me and have some fun.
Our first stop is just outside Halifax, along Nova Scotia's eastern shore. Well before the sun is out, on a nippy October morning, Bob and his wonder dog Bear, along with a couple of friends, join Jim for something different. Ocean hunting for sea ducks. By the time the sun edges over the horizon, the boat has been camouflaged, the decoys set, and we're ready for the morning's hunt. This is one of Jim's favorite spots, out near a small offshore island. Bob has changed boats and is now on the other side of the decoys. This works out well for Bob as he bags the first duck of the day.
The big otters haven't come yet. They should be here about 8 o'clock. The rafts haven't come. I bet you 300 went by here the other day. It wasn't this calm.
Although the early morning light shows a few bluebills and mergansers, most of the day's action is centered around the eiders. Yes, there's another eider down. As Jim predicted, there's lots of action this morning, and Bear's work is cut out for him. Even in the icy water, his coat protects him, and he loves every minute of it. As a matter of fact, the only time he leaves Bob's side is when he's working birds or game. While Bear's enjoying himself, everyone else is too, as the action is thick and furious with lots of birds moving in. Anyone trying ocean hunting for the first time finds it a little different. A slight swell or chop in the water plays havoc with your aim, and it's much harder to get the birds within shooting range. If you think it's easy, this guy just graduated from the Air Force with a degree in evasion. He's got more moves than Jim on a Saturday night. Jim now takes us to Prince Edward Island for a superb day of goose hunting in Canada's Island Province.
Looking good, Laura.
Joining Jim is Laurie and William Gregan, Paul Strand and Bill Williams, goose caller extraordinaire. This area of the province has always given Jim and his friends a great day's hunt. It's also given Jim some great stories to tell, and as you can see, they're all true. Thousands of Canada geese, the big game of North American waterfowl, can be found feeding over the cut grain fields at any one time. As cold September days swept the Arctic tundra, these geese left their Baffin Island summer home. They have already battled freezing temperatures and snow squalls over Hudson Bay and the Ungava Peninsula, and over the next few weeks will join thousands of others on the Atlantic flyway of the eastern seaboard. Prince Edward Island's salt marshes and meadows and the coastal freshwater marshes provide vital resting places for the geese on their long journeys south. 75% of them will winter over on the tidewaters between Delaware and North Carolina. Bill has always been noted as a great goose caller, and today is no exception. He's been calling them in when they're at 3/4 of a mile, heading in the other direction. The Canada goose is certainly one of the more intelligent waterfowl, and a quick learner, too. Fortunately for Jim and the boys, these ones haven't been shot over a lot, and so aren't as gun-shy as they normally are further south or later in the season. Now it's Paul's turn to call a few into range.
Yes, we did so. It's a fine geese here.
Nice birds, yeah.
Yeah, they call her a day.
All in all, a great day's hunting in Prince Edward
Sounds great.
Island.
Yeah, we got her, bud. She's sure been a great day.
It has been a great day, but it's time to move as Jim and Bob have more adventures in store. It's bear hunting season in New Brunswick, and this trip has Jim leaving the lodge one sunny fall morning for a blind back in the bush.
Oh, it's a beautiful morning.
Jim has been a bow hunter for years, and so, with his favorite bow in hand, sets out with a guide, Carmen Kelly, to an area where bears are regular visitors, and one that has produced a lot of hunting action in the past.
Look, there, up here, look.
As they walk the last mile into the blind,
That's a big track there.
Jim and Carmen come across signs of bear.
Boy, that's a real big track.
See how much bit wider he is than the other one we was looking at there? He's not spread out. The other one was.
Oh, that's right, too. The other one's kind of spread, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Boy, that's a wide track.
it's a big one right there.
How much you figure that bear weighs?
Around 500.
That's the guy we're looking
That's
for.
the one we're after.
All right, let's go get him. What's this stand like?
They may have started out under sunny skies, but nothing is more changeable than the weather. Before they reach the blind, the skies have opened up. Bears seem to like the area around this abandoned apple orchard. With the rain still teeming down, Carmen gives Jim a hand setting up. This blind was built a couple of years ago, and Jim knows that if he has patience enough, and with just a little bit of luck, there will be bear around before nightfall. So with best wishes from Carmen, he gets ready for a long, damp day. With a limited clearing around the blind, it always pays to check your sight lines. Jim also has a few other chores to deal with. First, from which direction is the bear likely to appear? Will he be able to get away a clear shot? The brush is very dense, which works to the bear's advantage. Their hearing and sight are less developed than their acute sense of smell. The blind has been well camouflaged, and should provide all the cover he needs. Jim has done everything possible. Now, for the remainder of the day, it's a waiting game. Finally, a black bear has come into range to feed in the clearing. A black bear's normal diet consists of vegetation, grubs, and carrion, and it's extremely rare for one to attack domestic animals. Jim slowly stands and waits. Has the bear heard him? Slowly he brings up his bow. But wait, the corner of the bow has brushed the front of the blind.
I nailed him.
It was a long, wet, cold day, making it difficult to track the bear. There was just enough broken brush for them to follow the trail before it was lost in the evening dusk. It took over 2 hours of hard tracking before Jim and Carmen caught up to him. But whatever the obstacles, it marked the end of another successful New Brunswick bear hunt. Stay with us as Jim and Bob have more exciting hunting action on tap. I don't suppose there are many things more enjoyable than a warm autumn day in the outdoors. Unless it's a warm autumn day in the outdoors pheasant hunting in the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia. This is countryside that was made for the sport. In the distance is Cape Blomidon. And on this side of the bay, good farmland with some of the best orchards in the country. And most important of all, great cornfields. We're in pheasant heaven. And Bear does his job. He's right back to Bob's side with the bird. This is the kind of day and the kind of sport that dreams are made of. Even the dogs will remember this around the winter's fire. Pheasant hunting always means wearing out a lot of boot leather. If it wasn't for the dogs flushing the birds from cover, there'd be even more extra miles to walk. The birds are plentiful, and the dogs are working at their best. Jim and Bob and friends have to be on their toes. These birds are rising almost at their feet.
Good dog. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Oh, nice one. Nice shooting, boys.
If Jim and Bob and the boys have covered a lot of ground today, just think of the miles the dogs have put in. And they love every minute of it. The black lab bear is an invaluable aid to Bob wherever and whatever he's hunting. And the two springers are in their glory when they're working birds. Despite his plumage, this bird can just melt into the brush. A moment or two, and he's gone.
Heavy bird, thanks a lot, boy.
Good. Good. Walk. That was my bird.
Here. What a gorgeous day.
It's been another successful day in the field.
Huh?
The weather's been one of those special fall days we all wait for. And the dogs have had their fun doing what they do best.
All right, boys, come on. Head up.
Time to call it a day. That's it for pheasant hunting in the Annapolis Valley. But we're in for real excitement as Bob takes us big game hunting to one of Canada's last frontiers.
All kinds of compartments on it, right?
We're headed for an unspoiled hunting paradise in northern British Columbia. The base camp is located in an isolated valley 680 air miles from Vancouver. The gear is loaded, so let's find room for the supplies.
More eggs. More eggs. They could stay right in there too. That's fine. Some more bread.
A few last goodbyes and we're off for a once-in-a-lifetime hunting adventure. We're heading to a hunting camp in a virtually untouched wilderness area.
Hi, fellas. Have a good hunt.
Just 25.
Jim Flynn, pleased to meet you.
Our ultimate destination requires a plane capable of landing on short, high-altitude grass runways. So a brief stop and transfer to an islander is necessary. A very convenient landing strip is in the middle of the Alaskan highway. At the same time, the hunters coming out from the camp will load their trophies on our plane and continue their trip south. The Rocky Mountains rise majestically on all sides as we make our final approach to the base camp on the headwaters of the Prophet River, one of the last frontiers in North America. The many valleys in this region abound in wildlife such as moose, mule deer, elk, and mountain caribou. Above the tree line, stone sheep and mountain goat are also plentiful in this wilderness paradise.
How are you, Bobby? Good to see you.
Good. How are you, Jim?
How are you? Jim Flynn. Pleased to meet you.
Dave,
Dave, how are you?
Jordy
Pleased to meet you.
Jordy McCauley. Pleased to meet
Jordy,
you.
how are you?
Real good.
What a great spot you got here. What a paradise.
Good to see you again, Dave.
Hello, Jordy. How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? Good. The old bandit? You haven't shaved yet.
Dave, looks like a bandit.
Don't say-
What a great spot.
Isn't it lovely?
Just beautiful.
We come down through the lick there. See
There's a couple big moose there. There's one moose and one.
Take pictures out of here.
Well, tonight
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sun
right.
was up
The
there.
sun
It was
so
terrible.
we finally dropped below the sun here,
Yeah.
about 30
Well,
miles
where?
back. We couldn't see anything.
No sooner had the plane touched down when a cow moose came out of the bush to greet the new arrivals. Just to keep his hand in, Jordy tried calling her closer. On the other hand, Jim just can't believe it. He's hunted in a lot of good locations before, but when they come out of the bush to greet the plane, he knows he's in prime moose country. This may just be a curious young cow, but it's a tantalizing taste of things to come.
We hunt moose, sheep, mountain sheep, stone sheep, and grizzly bear, black bear, wolves, wolverine, elk, Rocky Mountain elk. And we did hunt goat, but our season on goat isn't open right now. Game department's doing a study on them to determine the goat population and how many animals could be harvested every year. And once they've determined this, then we'll probably have a goat season again.
Yeah, well, we'll see lots of game.
Oh, we'll see lots of game. Look at the size of the horns of this fella.
Nice 10 and a half years old, 40 inches.
40 inches?
Good sheep.
That's a real good sheep, man. Beautiful. Really.
Yeah, it's Danny.
You had quite a hunt this week. I guess you had, how many hunters you have in?
We had 1, 2, 3, 4 here and 2 down at the other camp, 6 hunters.
Well, you got some real nice moose, you got some real nice elk, the boys are real happy.
Yeah, no, they had a good hunt.
Real good
Weather
hunt.
was good, hunting was good.
Nice sheep.
Yeah.
How much for an animal like this weigh?
Oh, big bull, weigh 800 pounds.
800 pounds. Wow. It's a big animal.
Yeah. Thanks.
Nice set of horns. It's called your Royal.
Yeah, dandy.
Yeah, your Royal 6.
Goddamn jigsaw puzzle.
The remainder of the trophies from the last hunting party are now being flown out, and by all appearances it was a very successful trip.
Beauty. That's a real nice ram.
Yeah, that's pretty sheep.
Another thing I found amazing about a camp like this, here we are probably an hour and a half, but a 3-day ride by horseback from any part of civilization.
Yeah.
And the facilities you have here, I went down at a hot shower. You know, it's just incredible. Tell us a bit about the camp and what a person is expecting when they arrive here.
Well, our camps, basically, our base camps are all pretty much the same. You know, we have 3 main base camps, and they're all a tent accommodation or cabins. And like this camp here, we have cabin accommodation for the hunters with, they all got stoves in them, they're nice and warm, and we have a cookhouse, and besides that we have a shower facility with hot and cold shower, and you know, we have outhouses for your toilets, and they're basically a pretty comfortable camp. You know, like, you can't get too fancy back here in the mountains because everything we have in here is all flown in. You know, it's all brought in by aircraft. So, but you know, with what we have, we feel real comfortable, and we sure enjoy it.
With the exception of flying into the camp, nearly all transportation is on horseback. These horses are well trained and sure-footed, and a good string of animals adds to every successful hunt. In the fall, it takes 3 full 12-hour days to ride the herd out to where they'll winter until the following spring. In a part of the country where survival is never taken for granted, these animals may not be man's best friend, but they're a very close second.
I seen a pretty good bull up there last week.
Yeah.
He had 4 cows with him.
Well, how was that a 6 point you seen last night then?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, that one elk we seen there, he was a definite shooter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All the guides and the
Right
crew
across
are
here,
seasoned
over
professionals
there.
with many years' experience spotting and stalking game in the mountains of northern British Columbia.
Yeah, we've seen him over there.
You see him this fall?
Yeah, several times.
Game is so plentiful, they start looking even before they leave camp. They've already spotted a moose, and saddling up for the day's hunt begins. If there's one thing that Jim knows how to do, it's make friends.
You gotta start these broncs showing and ride them out first, Jim.
Ride 'em bronco.
Oh, sure. And then once they get to trust you. Well, once they trust you, then you're okay.
Want to give him a big kiss right in the lips first?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, you son of a bitch.
Even the best of guides has an off day, and the air was a hair bluer by the time Bob finally got mounted. We've told him time and time again, the toe goes in first.
Back up.
With Bob finally mounted, Jim and the rest of the group are ready to go. They're moving off to the location where the big bull was spotted, and while they're out, they'll scout some of the other areas where they'll be hunting for the next few days. Even this close to base camp, it's not hard to find game, and when it comes to calling them, Bob's an expert. Whether it's moose, caribou, or elk, he's got the language down pat. Only 20 minutes out of camp, this curious youngster responds to Bob's call. 40 yards away, he realizes his mistake and cautiously makes his way back to cover.
Cow over here. Oh,
Yeah, there's a bull, another bull, and 2 cows right across here on the edge of the timber.
Yes, that's the moose. I see him now. Oh yeah, they're watching. They're
That back bull turned around.
That's only the one bull over there.
That bottom one's a bull too, isn't it?
Cow.
Cow?
Well, the one's a cow, there's a horse. If it's a bull, it's a small.
They're watching us, eh?
On the other side of the valley, a little over a mile away, another big bull has been spotted. But this one has a cow and calf in tow, and no amount of calling will entice him any closer. But there's no shortage of other game.
Bulls staying hidden in the trees, though, huh?
This valley is particularly active today. In a brief 2 hours, 13 moose were spotted. 8 cows and 5 bulls, one of which was a trophy-class bull. Here, the open grazing land is lush, and they are never too far from the protective cover of the trees. A solitary bull elk has been sighted. Elk aren't quite as curious as moose, and trying to get close to them when there's not much cover is difficult. Changing wind conditions on the slopes only adds to the problem.
There he goes in the dead run now.
That was the last I saw him, was in that first patch of timber. It was kind of angling across and up a little bit.
Where, at the bottom of the ridge?
Yeah, that patch of timber just to the left of that draw, he was kind of in the top end of it, kind of going that way, and then he went into the thickest part of it there, and I've never seen him come out. Unless he turned and went down. Yeah, if he turned and went down, he could have got out of there without us seeing him.
There's the bull moving to the ridge. Going the other way now. Yeah, he's worth taking, boys. This is incredible. You're standing in this vantage point here, we can see 13 moose, 3 caribou, and a big 5-point elk just up the back.
Yeah.
Which one do you think we're going to go after?
I think we'll try this bull up here. This big one up here.
He's a fair-sized bull, huh?
Yeah, he's a good bull.
Yeah. Let's go get that big fella. 25 points? Yeah. Come on. Attaboy. It's okay. See, that elk was a nice one up on the back of that ridge. Boy, he's pretty.
Yeah, okay, that elk there is nothing like any elk that I've seen.
Is that right?
When Jim sees a trophy moose this close, he has to be excited. Over an hour was spent trying to get within bow range of 30 yards or less, but the changing winds they had experienced all morning gave their position away, and the old bull moved easily out of range.
This is incredible. Then we got caribou here, we got bighorn sheep up here, mule deer over there, and a moose coming up the pass.
Yes, sir.
There's another big pile of animals on the other hill over there.
That's another bunch of caribou, and the caribou are moving right up the pass, as you can see.
Mountain caribou, largest of the North American caribou, inhabit this region in great numbers. They do not migrate in large herds, but instead, in winter, move from the mountain tops to the valley floors. It's still rutting season, and this herd bull has a harem of 40 to 50 cows. Therefore, he's constantly working at keeping the herd together and makes a point of reminding the competition that he's still very much in charge.
There's not many places that you can find, with this many different species of game, and the caribou starting to bunch up as they're running.
Now, these caribou, are they different than the caribou we have in Newfoundland?
Yeah, they're the Osborne caribou.
Osborne. Are they bigger species, or?
They're supposed to be a bigger species. They are a bigger species, yeah. These are beautiful animals. They sure are. And they can go over that rough ground just so smooth. They're just unbelievable.
These caribou are almost close enough to touch. And if they don't seem bothered by the presence of humans, it's only because they sense the season is closed. Back at the base camp, there's all the comforts of home, including hot showers. A nearby mountain stream and water heated in drums over an open fire are gravity-fed to the wash tent. It's said that this is the best drinking water in the world, and if you're the hardy type, you can have your bath right in the stream, which I might add is cold enough to jumpstart your heart in the morning. Jim has decided that hot water is just what the doctor ordered. Now, that feels better.
Thank you.
Andy. Makes me good hammer. Yeah.
There's nothing like spending a day in the outdoors to sharpen the appetite. And when the menu includes fresh game, it's even better. But we'll have to wait until supper. Bob's wife and partner, Dawn, has been busy in the cookhouse preparing a first-class meal with elk tenderloin, moose stew, and fresh-baked cornbread at the top of the list.
That's a funny-looking steak, boys. What are you making here?
Well, it's a shoulder blade out of the moose. And I'm going to take and clean all the meat off and everything. And then we use it for calling moose, eh?
Really?
Just like a horn, you know. It sounds just like a horn rattling in the bush. You get it all cleaned off, get it all dried out, and then trim it up so it fits your hand so you can hold it good. Then you just use it in the brush and you bang it back and forth in the willows or in the spruce, wherever you're at. And it, you know, it imitates the sound of a bull moose rattling his horns in the brush, and it just assists you when you're making the voice call.
When you told me you were going to do that yesterday, I thought you were joking.
No, we're dead serious.
Well, you do that along with the call, and you call, and then when you get them in close to the rattle,
yeah. I wonder who thought of that now. What the idea of that?
The Indians used to do that years ago.
The moose horn, you know, is that thick, eh? It's heavy. Yeah. You know, this thing's real thin. You know, you can see how thin it is.
Yeah.
And once it's dry, it doesn't weigh hardly anything. So it makes it a lot easier to carry.
And the hollow the sound, the longer distance
yeah.
carry, probably. Eh?
Yeah, and it makes a real hollow tone, so you can hear it a long ways away.
A lot better than the antler.
Yeah.
Like the antler don't make the sound.
You know, like this is cartilage on the end of it. This is cut off.
That's about it.
Bob will let this boil for a while so that the meat is easier to remove. After it's dried, it'll be put to good use.
Looking at it.
We're gonna have to go beat the willows and shit. See if we can't get him stirred up a little more. We'll go up around that way. The wind's gonna be coming up this way through the wind. We can get up over here to the left.
You see him, Bob?
Yeah, he went off over there. See them poplar trees at the bottom?
Yeah. We went out through that ridge by the poplar and then up into that green timber. That wind switching back and forth, and you got our wind.
Yeah, I figured it. Chances are pretty good this time, boys.
Let's go.
Jim is going to see if he can get a shot in with his bow and arrow. They're downwind of him, but they've got a 3/4 mile uphill hike. Since the bull has 3 cows with him, he'll be very difficult to approach.
We're going to go down to the left here and go. We'll go like right up here. Come on.
While Bob and Jim are trying to get close enough, Bill is going to circle around to the other side. If Jim can't get within range, then Bill will have his chance. As luck would have it, the wind shifts direction slightly, just enough to alert the moose. They take off across the clearing, followed closely by the old bull. Now it's up to Bill.
He's behind him. Let's get out of here.
Way low. Too far.
Shoot him again!
Shoot him again!
Shoot him! Shoot!
They know where he disappeared, but Bob's looking for signs of how badly he's been hit. Even when shot, their tremendous strength can carry them a long way. Maybe this bull won't get far, but it's a long, hard walk uphill to reach where he vanished into the bush.
Get in there, 'cause we'll be laying in there.
Oh, he's hit that, Bob, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of blood here.
Yeah. Dog's right on him.
Oh, yeah. Heavy's down farther. We got him. There you go. Congratulations, Bill. You're dandy, boy. You did a great job. He's a nice big moose.
Yeah. Good work, Billy boy.
Right. Boy's a dandy.
Yeah.
He must be 1,500 pounds or so.
Yeah, I like this. These drop points on here. You don't see that very often.
No, sir.
It's pretty even, eh?
Yeah.
Dandy moose.
Yeah, pretty moose.
Dandy moose, you did that right.
Okay, Bill, got him. We don't bring any meat in from supermarkets, so to speak. All our meat that we eat here is all what we get when we're out hunting. You know, moose, elk, sheep, whatever the case may be. We go out and kill a moose. Well, we'll pack all the meat in, and what we don't eat in camp, we'll fly out to town, and the various guides, they'll take meat home for their winter. You know, so, and a lot of the hunters take meat back with them as well as their trophies. So, you know, all the meat we get out in the hills when we're hunting, we utilize one way or another.
Great music going on tonight.
Oh boy.
What's that, like a cornbread, Don?
There's food on the table, and no one wants to miss the meal that Don has prepared.
Homemade cornbread.
Sound right nice, boy.
You outdone yourself again, girl.
Yeah.
Today.
What the meat is this, Don?
That's that elk tenderloin off.
Oh.
That elk.
They look beautiful.
He's old what's the name was over in Africa all that time and never even went hunting once.
I know, Nick. Yeah.
Nick?
Look at that. See that now? Look. What's up? You just pull that tenderloin apart with a fork.
Tender it is.
Done? Boy, oh boy.
I'm so glad we didn't let Al eat all that tenderloin yesterday.
You done another Scotia last year. You told me about the hot springs. I guess this is the place, huh?
Yep, this is it. On the other side there, that big rock.
Geez, the trails coming in here. There's got to be an awful pile of animals coming through here.
Oh, there's game trails all over here. They come from everywhere.
Incredible.
Them sheep come down off of the faces there. Caribou come from either way on the river.
Yeah.
The moose come out of these swamps in the back here. There's a lot of them. Come in here every day to lick. The actual hot springs itself comes out of the mountain just right on top of that rock. And that water just comes out of that mountain just right at the base of this rock, runs out over this rock, and it deposits all that limestone, makes this formation. This is all just thousands of years it's been running there and building up that limestone formation that's there.
There aren't too many places in the world this phenomenon takes place, Bob.
No, like there's a few places, that have hot springs. I mean, this isn't the only hot springs in the world, but I've seen several of them. This is the only one I've ever seen that this particular phenomenon where, it's building this rock. A lot of them are like the Liard hot springs. It's kind of a lowland hot springs.
But the animals
and the animals don't come in there and lick. But this particular hot springs, it's a natural mineral lick for the wildlife.
What type of animals, Bob, would come and lick at the salt springs here?
Oh, the stone sheep. You'll see the sheep, they come in off the mountains. They'll come down off of this rock face up here, come down through that timber and on the lick. The caribou, they'll come from downriver or upriver. And the moose back in behind where all these willow flats and sloughs are, they come in from there. The elk and the deer, they just come out of the brush all over into here. And the caribou, normally this time of year they'd be pouring through here pretty steady, but it's a warm year, It's had such mild weather, the caribou haven't started to come down river yet, but when they do, they funnel right down this gravel bar here, right into the hot springs, and they'll spend a day or two around here, and then they'll go on down the river. Lots of times you'll come here, there'll be 100, 150 caribou milling around here.
A lot of steam coming off that water. It seems to be hot, Bob.
Oh yeah, it is. It's 75, 80 degrees up on top. We've got a little basin dug up there where you can sit and have a bath, sit in the water.
This mineral water is supposed to be real healthy for you, isn't it?
That's what they claim. I know it smells fairly strong. And usually anything that smells bad is good for you. It's like castor oil.
Yeah.
And like any good East Coaster, if it's new and if it's different, Jim's going to check it out, especially since it's free. He's even talked a reluctant bear into joining him.
Get in there. There.
This young moose has been seen wandering around the salt licks for the last few days. No one knows what's happened to the mother, and without her experience for guidance, chances of surviving the winter are slim. It's time to leave the hot springs, so the pack horses are loaded and everyone heads back to base camp. The hot spring mineral lick is one area where Bob doesn't allow any hunting. All the animals need to supplement their diet with minerals. It would be too easy to shoot game, so this area has become a sanctuary for animals as they pass through. But since it is such a unique place, it's always a favorite side excursion with the guides. Randy hadn't joined us today. He was a little stiff after the first day's ride, which is perfectly normal when you're 73 years young. So he had skipped today's hunt in favor of resting up. But when the crew arrived back home, he had his own adventure to tell Jim.
Well, Jim, I get up in the morning and I open the door and I see there's snow on the ground. I look down over the field and here's a cow and a calf walking, feeding along. So then I come back in the cabin, made the fire some, and I heard a thump, and I opened the door and there was a cow moose run by. And so then I sat down out here and maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and I heard this noise, and I looked, and I could see through the cracks of the logs here, a big bull walking in behind that spruce tree there. So I couldn't move because he had seen me, so I waited till he walked down a ways away from me, and then I slipped in, got the gun, come out, shot him.
Your first bull moose?
First bull moose.
And when was the last time you shot a deer or a moose or anything, right?
Oh, it's been years since I shot a deer even. Yeah.
Pretty exciting morning for you.
Oh boy. There was a bull come out while we were skinning this other one. I could shot it easy. A bigger bull than what this one is. Okay, Jim, let's go down and have a look at him.
Come on. Tracking right by here, eh?
Right by here.
And the big fellow was standing right over.
Stand right behind that tree.
I guess your heart was going 90 miles an hour.
I guess so. I was really excited there.
In the meantime, Bob has gone to hitch up a team to drag the moose back to the cabin.
Boy, that was some shot.
Yeah, but so.
That's got to be 200 yards.
Close to it, I'd say.
Silver, get up there. Hup. Silver, don't be so goofy.
Gee, he's a nice one, Randy.
Sure is. To me, he is.
Your first bull moose. Well, congratulations,
Yeah,
boy.
thank you.
That's a dandy.
Yeah,
He could be well over 1,000 pounds.
yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he's big enough for me.
Get up there, Jughead. Yeah. Whoa. Go ahead, go, Randolph. How'd it go, Randy?
Good, thank you, Bob. A real good day.
Would you call that a thrill of a lifetime?
That's pretty near so a lifetime, yeah.
Check him out there.
Some good eating at the ass end there, Bear.
Yeah, I think there's enough that's here. We can, along with this, come along, we can pick him up. Step ahead. Come on. Hip, paw around here. Hip, yeah. Hip, paw around here. Hip, paw around here. Hip, hip. Ah, Silver. Hip.
Bright and early the next day, Jim and Bob and crew are in the saddle, on their way for the day's hunt. Bob thought that there might be a chance to work in close to a herd of elk he had spotted earlier in the week. The elk were in abundance, but the wind conditions kept changing, and there was little ground cover to work from. Getting close to this group was going to be very, very tough.
He's a big animal, boy. He's a pretty big bull. How many points you got, Bob?
He looks like he's 6 on one side, 5 on the other. Well, I think we'll take saddle horses, leave the pack horse. Just take our saddle horses, go down across the creek, right up that ridge over there. You know, they're going to see us once we get out in that open country. Once we get over there, we'll just, if they see us, as soon as they see us, we'll just kind of angle towards them. As soon as it starts to, looks like they're going to spook, well, we're going to have to get off and try it from there, because it's, you know, it's just wide open. There's no place to hide there.
Jim and Bob have circled the herd, coming in from the riverside. If they're patient and move cautiously, they should be able to get in range. The wind conditions have kept the herd on edge all morning. Each change of direction brings new scents of dangers to the elk. Finally, a further change and the herd is alerted to the presence of Bob and Jim. It doesn't take much to get them moving, so it's only a matter of moments before they're completely out of reach. Well, if they can't get close to the elk today, they'll have to try for moose. This really is one of their lucky days. Bob has found a meadow that seems to have more moose than trees. There are 3 smaller bulls, a fair-sized one, and a very cautious trophy-sized bull just back of the trees. That's the one Jim is after.
What a picture that'll make up there. Oh.
He just turned his head the other way so we could slide over here. That other one's close.
He's not a bad set of horses. I mean,
No, he's bigger than what Bill shot.
he's watching for the big fellas come out. Ah. Ah.
Let's see if he's got 3 or 2.
Spot scope. Ah. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Surrounded. Surrounded that boat.
Everybody put your hands up. We're surrounded.
That wasn't him. No.
Jim's picked him out. One shot and he's down. Much to everyone's surprise, a cow no one had even noticed lumbers out from behind the tree where she was hidden.
Watch him, he's still alive.
The big one.
He's dandy.
So I better finish him off, huh?
We better give him a shot. Finish him off. Shoot him right between your eyes.
I always wanted to do this, Bob. My first British Columbia moose.
Well, it's a nice one.
Thanks, buddy.
You bet. You bet.
I've never seen so many moose in my life. They had us completely surrounded. But this was the biggest of the old fellas.
Yeah. That other guy was a little wider, but he didn't have the front that this one has.
No.
You know, this guy, his palms come all continuous all the way through, eh?
Yeah.
And that's what you got to get a good moose that scores well, eh?
Yeah.
When they cut off like this in here, just to have 1 or 2 points, well, you only get the palm measurement from here to here, eh?
I see.
Whereas he's going to have, you know, a good long palm measurement.
Yeah.
He's a nice moose.
He's a big fella.
Yeah.
It's been another successful hunt. Al Dan and guide Todd Jones, hunting at another camp, join our party, and along with our trophies, the elk Al has taken is loaded on the horses, and it's back in the saddle again.
Find it amazing, Bob, where these horses can go.
Yeah. Yeah, we dropped down on this little flat here. We're going to cross the Prophet River right above. There's a big set of waterfalls. We'll be crossing right above them falls. Yeah, they're pretty spectacular falls. They fall about 300 feet in about a series of 3 different falls. Quite often see sheep in these licks here on these falls.
How big was that sheep you killed, Bob?
Oh, he's 39 3/4. He's a good ram. You got him right on that cliff up there, and then he fell down off of there and into the river.
That's a big ram for this country, huh?
Oh, that's a big ram in any country.
Hello, Cape Breton. What's the name of this river, Bob?
This is the Prophet River.
And what's the name of that fall?
Waterfalls.
Up there.
Yeah. You want to be careful you don't fall in here.
Bob's string of horses has proven their worth over the last few days, but never more than now. The mountainous terrain they cover over the course of the summer is both difficult and demanding. With a 2-hour ride before you reach base camp, it's nice to know your transportation isn't going to let you down. Whether they're carrying a rider or a pack, these sure-footed broncs hardly ever stumble. Jim has taken the guide's advice to heart. The horse has to know who's boss. Be firm. High in the saddle, there's no question about who's in command. Or is there? The effort for Jim to stay cool was too much for Wade Cornell, the cameraman. His muffled laughter echoed throughout the valley.
What do you mean, you and Bob?
What more fitting way to end a successful hunt than with a meal of elk ribs roasted on a campfire? When all the jokes are told and all the stories finished, no one will have enjoyed it more than Jim.
On the way to Montreal, about the time that your box broke. Gave me a peck on the back of the neck. These were the words he spoke. Blow up TV, throw away the papers, move to the country, have a little home, have a lot of children, learn about Jesus on their own. Those ribs are getting pretty well done, Bobby.
Could I trust you the whole way? Trust me, drink?
Well, that's it, Jim. Last bag.
Bob, it's been a hell of a hunt.
Well, we sure enjoyed you being here.
Well, I'd like to officially make you a maritimer and give you a maritime southwester, Bob. When you eat your lobsters up here in the Rocky Mountains, you really enjoy having this hunt.
Well, thank you, Jim. How's that look?
Perfect.
Yeah? Well, I guess I'll have to give you an official cowboy hat, now that you're an official cowboy.
How's that look? It's been a pleasure, bud.
You bet.
We'll see you
back again.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Have a good trip home.
Okay.
If you've enjoyed this once-in-a-lifetime experience, join Jim and Bob for the next Tales and Trails hunting or fishing adventure.